Hey guys, welcome back. Today I have another foundation review for you and I am super pumped about this one. Fenty Beauty foundation. This is their dewy foundation. If you guys know me, have been watching me, stumbled upon me, you would probably realize that my favorite go-to foundation or makeup look in general is a dewy look. So I'm very excited about this. I just want to get right into it. I did pick it up from Sephora the other day. So if you guys are not already subscribed, be sure to hit that subscribe button to become part of my little fam. And yeah, without further ado, we're gonna get right on into this foundation and see what it's all about. All right guys, so this is what the packaging looks like. This is gonna retail for $35 and it is currently available at Sephora and online. This is called the Pro Filter Hydrating Longwear Foundation. I have tried out their other foundation, which is right over here. This is their matte one, and I do like matte foundations sometimes, but it's not my go-to. Yes, this foundation was good, but it wasn't like my holy grail kind of deal. A little background, I do have combo skin, which I can pretty much wear any foundation I want without getting super oily, which is great, but I do generally go towards more of a dewy, luminous kind of foundation. So that's my go-to. That's what I love. I love more of a natural finish, and then I can also build it up to be like a full coverage kind of deal. So those are the foundations I go towards, and what I really look for in a foundation is if it can do all that. So we're gonna see if this one does that as well. And when they did come out with the soft matte foundation, I was really excited about it. I do have a full review as well, but I was like hoping and praying that they were gonna come out with a dewy foundation. So I'm really excited that they did. This is in the shade 240, and in this one, I was in the shade 230. This packaging I feel like is really easy to travel with, and it's just more for like the everyday person. It's not like clunky and big. There are 50 shades to choose from, which is absolutely amazing. And I feel like Fenty was the one that started the whole 50 shade range kind of deal. So really love that. So you definitely will be able to find your shade. And we're gonna go ahead and get straight on into this. I did not pick up the primer or the brush that is also in this line that did come out. The primer is more of a hydrating primer, which I do use them, but I like to use primers that have like pore filling elements to it. So I'm just gonna use a regular primer up today, and then I'll be right back. I will use one side with the brush and one side with the sponge. Okay, so that's about 2 to 3 pumps. You do get 1.08 fluid ounces in here, so I believe that's a little bit more than the standard amount. I feel like all my foundations is just 1 fluid ounce. So you may get a little bit more in here, which is pretty cool. Is pretty good. Looks like a really good match actually. It smells just like her other foundation. I can't really explain the scent, but it definitely does smell like the other foundation that I've used. It smells pretty good. With the brush, I feel like I'm getting a lot of coverage right now. You do get a lot of payoff. That is really pretty, and it does leave a really nice luminosity to my skin, so it's not drying down or anything. It is really pretty on my skin. For just using a little bit, that's pretty. I can definitely still see my skin through it, which isn't a problem for myself. Like, I personally like that. The thing is, if it can be buildable, that's also another thing to look at, because I want to make sure that I'm able to build on top of it in case I do want to wear it being fullest coverage. So this is supposed to be a medium to full coverage with a natural finish, and I definitely see it being a natural finish right now. As far as shade goes, like, I feel like it matches me perfectly. I could have maybe even went up 1, but like, I don't know how it's going to wear throughout the day either, so that leaves a pretty even coverage using the brush. Really do like that so far. I'm gonna go in now this side with the sponge. Oh, I love using the sponge so much better. Yeah, I like using the sponge a lot better. You do still pick up coverage using a brush, but I just love the look, the finish, and everything using a sponge. I feel like it's a more flawless coverage, even coverage, and just like naturally. It is leaving my nose looking like you could still see all my freckles coming through, which I'm totally fine with. I do like that look, but if you're one to want to really cover it up, you would have to go in with a little bit more. It doesn't really cover it right off the bat, still leaving it looking like it's your skin, but an even complexion. Wow, I really like that. Even the brush side, like none of that dried down. So that's really amazing because that means that it is still gonna be a really nice dewy finish, which is nice. I feel like my skin looks really dewy right now. So when I was first applying it, it definitely didn't feel like it was really dewy in the beginning. But now I feel like as I'm looking at it and as I'm still blending, the luminosity is really peeking through, and like you can definitely see this as a dewy foundation. Totally up my alley. Totally love that. And a little bit more to this part of my cheek area. Wow, but I really like this finish. Maybe my new foundation out of all the ones I've tried so far. Without me even going with concealer, setting it or anything, like I feel like my skin looks really healthy and pretty. Okay, here for that. So I'm gonna go in quickly and just do a little bit of concealing under my eyes and finish up the rest of my makeup. We'll come back and share with you guys what I'm thinking of this foundation. Currently, your girl's loving it. Okay, yeah, that looks really good. We're gonna go into the rest of the makeup and I'll be right back. All right guys, so I'm back now with full makeup on, and I literally have to tell you guys, I'm so obsessed with this foundation. I'm so glad that I bought it. I'm so glad that I picked it up to try it out. I'm literally like completing my full makeup and I'm like, wow, like this looks really good. Like it looks healthy, radiant, still dewy. I could still feel the dew, which I personally like. I don't think it feels heavy. I don't feel like it feels greasy. You don't feel oily, but it has like a nice feeling. And I don't think it looks too much. It doesn't look cakey. It doesn't look drying. I mean, of course, it's not claiming to be that way. It's claiming to be a dewy foundation, but it just doesn't do anything negative to my skin. I do have to see how it wears throughout the day, and I did go ahead and set down my under eyes just a little bit using my translucent powder, just because that's how I always do my foundation. So I have a feeling I'm going to be really liking this foundation. So we're gonna get on with the day, and I will definitely be doing a check-in to let you know how it wore and all of that. So this is what we're looking like right now. It made like the rest of my makeup so much easier to apply as well. Sometimes, you know, products don't play well with other products, but I feel like all the ones that I'm used to wearing, which is what I've used on the everyday, I tried using the products I use on the everyday, like my Too Faced Soleil bronzer and my Tarte sculpting powder. So like all those products I feel like went really well with it, as well as the highlight. We're gonna get on with the day, and I will come back in a little while to let you know how my skin is looking, how it's feeling, and all of that. Right now it feels really breathable and like nothing's there. So I'm liking it. I'm back now and my skin is looking so good. Like I truly think that this foundation is amazing. It has been a little bit later now and my skin looks so good. It looked good when I first put it on, but I actually feel like it looks really good now, even better. Like if that's possible, it still has that really nice dew. It does not feel oily or greasy or anything like that. It still has a really pretty luminosity to it, but nothing like she needs to set her face with some powder, nothing like that. It just looks like it's just like a healthy glow. Very hydrated like, so totally meets up to the claims that they were going for. I honestly feel like this is my favorite one that I've tried out of the past 3 that I've tried. So yeah, out of all the new foundations I've tried, this one has got to be my favorite one. If you have really dry skin or just dry skin, you're gonna love this foundation. If you have my skin type, you're gonna absolutely love this foundation. And I feel like even if you have a little bit of a slight oil, you're still gonna like it because it's just like a natural finish. Just make sure that you're setting, of course, but I feel like you would still like it because it's not ultra dewy. To me personally, it looks like it's the perfect amount of dew and something that I would totally rock all the time, something that I'm always gravitating towards. This is like the go-to for me. I could definitely make this look more glammed up with a lot more makeup, but I feel like I kind of kept it really simple, and I like doing that when I do foundation reviews just because I can get the true test of how it works with my everyday products and all of that. So if I were to add a little bit more, yes, I'm gonna get more full coverage. And I also don't think if I were to do that, it would appear cakey, just because by looking at it right now, it doesn't even look like it's doing anything terrible. Like my skin looks so good. It's not even settling into a lot of the fine lines. It is a tiny bit around my smile line, but like nothing like the other ones did. That always happens to me on the everyday, but I feel like it's not even settling that bad. I'm 100% buying 7 more of these because I just feel like it's like amazing. Like, and I'm smiling, I'm talking, I'm doing all that, and it's not even doing a lot of that. So yes, even down here, I set it with powder, but you can still see it looking really pretty and dewy. So that has no highlighter, obviously, and it still has a really nice hydrated look. Loving that. Honestly, it checks off everything that I could want in a foundation, and I know that sounds like very bold, but I'm really in love with this. So would I say that you should try it out? Of course. I feel like anyone's skin type is going to love this foundation, and if you for some reason don't, there definitely is the soft matte one from the line as well. If I can do another check-in later on, like tonight, I definitely will try. If not, definitely be sure to check down below in the description. I think that's all for this video. I feel like I covered everything. If not, be sure to ask me questions down below or share any of your thoughts on it if you've tried it, and I would love to hear. I'm loving it. Like, I am loving it. I believe that is all for this video. I hope you did enjoy it, and I hope I covered everything for you. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you are not already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.